All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. Get ready, get ready, get ready. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Cover.
Throwing on first down. Love. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's put him on the button.
On second down, it's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
80 weapon, 80 weapon,
On third down, Love. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. First carry for Josh Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Love. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll run on first down. Hilliard, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This pass finds its way to Williams, and they work this out past the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In breaking route, Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first carry now for Thompson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Yellow. Charlie.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Hey, 57.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He finds Coleman. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive. And, he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Love. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
64, weak.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love under pressure again, and down he goes again. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about it. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got it complete to Thompson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area, let your quarterback hit you.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Hilliard. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Yellow, 480.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. This is Miller, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. That was play number.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and it passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep is T.Y. Hilton. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Second and 1. Got the connection here to Bourne. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
60 out front. Hey, let's go. Topper. Here he goes.
On 1st and 10, low. And the catch made by Hilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2nd and 3. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Coming to you. Hey.
Mahomes going to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Going up top for Miller. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the play.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
43, 15. Nice 7, let's go. Mine's 50, mine's 50. So don't say nothing. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go,
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Well, this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return will stop right around the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Flush to his right. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They give it off here to the tight end.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Telvin Smith on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But, hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
On first down, Love. Got him in, it's Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
From the gun on third down. Love. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. They run. It's Williams. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Saints will have the football back. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Mahomes now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
43!
And again, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle here to Brown. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. General.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
64. Ready to go.
On 4th down, Love. And no, it's incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Yellow.
Now a carry here for Hilliard. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Out to his, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Love. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Love. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
He's going a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. He's going to air one out, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He's got Thompson here, complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his man Hilton. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw. Love. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On the run, this is Hilliard. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Jalen Mills in on the stop.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Flushed out, and a big one pass here as he's taken down. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys,